What's up, you guys? So I am back with a brand new video. Today's video is just going to be a really simple makeup look just for beginners. If you are a beginner and you struggle with putting your eyeshadow on or putting your foundation on, this video is going to be very detailed. So this one is just for you guys. Okay, so starting off, I already have my eyebrows done. Sometime here in the near future, I am going to be posting a detailed eyebrow tutorial, but right now that's not what we're focused on. So I already have my eyebrows done. I'm just going in to prime my lids, and I'm using a little bit of LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, I believe. Before I get started, all of the products and their details will be linked in the description bar below. So even if I don't go over them well enough in the video, I will leave all the details linked below. Okay, guys, so I decided to go in today with a NYX primer base. And this primer base was just basically one that I got off Amazon, and I'm using it so that way the eyeshadow that I do decide to use later on can basically pop more. You don't necessarily need a primer base. I just find that the eyeshadow applies a lot better when you do go in with one. And a quick tip, you guys, if you do go in and just pat the concealer or the eyeshadow base, whichever one you decide to use, if you go in with patting motion, it does tend to apply a lot easier. I tend to use a flat brush, a flat, really small brush. However, you can use whatever suits you the most. Some people use a beauty blender sponge, but I don't find that works for me personally. Anyways, now I'm getting into setting that primer that I just put on. I'm using the Milani Prep Set and Go translucent powder. I've used the Sacha Buttercup translucent setting powder in the past, and I do not like the way the Sacha Buttercup powder sets. It is really not a good base for when you go in to actually lay your eyeshadow, so I do not recommend the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. Anyways, when you go to apply the translucent setting powder, do it in kind of like a sweeping motion, and I tend to be very generous with this product. As you guys can see, I am using more so of a packing and a sweeping motion. I find that this method helps to get the product really good into those creases that I have in my eyes. So if you guys have creases, I definitely recommend this way. Okay, guys, I did decide to go in with a really fluffy brush and just sweep off some of that excess powder. I didn't want any of that loose powder getting in the way of this eyeshadow look because the color is just going to be one simple color, and I didn't want it to like get in the way of the look that I was trying to achieve. The eyeshadow palette that I decided to use for this look is the Mercury Retrograde palette by Huda Beauty. This palette is really expensive, you guys. The only reason why I have this palette now is because my sister gave me a gift card to Sephora, so that's why I have the palette. Other than that, I would never have this palette in my collection. If you want to recreate this look without spending so much money for the palette, Profusion makes these really nice colors, and I'm pretty sure this look can be recreated with a Profusion palette. More than likely either the Festival palette or something similar to it. Now, when you're going in with this color, you guys, you typically want to go in with a sweeping motion, and you really want to take your time with it, especially if you have a deeper skin tone, simply because it's going to be hard to achieve the color that's in the actual pan. I wasn't expecting this simply because this palette was so expensive, but I still had to spend a lot of time building the color up. To achieve this blown out look, you're going to want to go in with a really fluffy brush simply because it's going to give you that airbrush effect with the color. Even still, you're going to have to go in 1,000 times to build the color up. Now I'm just going in with the NYX pen liner. I'm not sure the exact name of this one, but like I said before, all the products will be in the description bar below. Also, if you're not a professional with this, take your time, you guys. Honestly, you guys, if you're a beginner, just being realistic, you can honestly skip this step altogether simply because I know how long it took for me to achieve a perfect wing liner as a beginner. So definitely skip this step if you're struggling too much with it because it's not necessary. You can definitely go ahead and just go on to the next step of this process. I struggled a little bit myself in this video because this is a new product for me. This was my first time trying the NYX pen, and I didn't like how thin it was. It's something that I'm really going to have to get used to. Okay, so the next product that I'm going in with is just a teal green glitter liner that I got from my local beauty supply store. I've used this in a previous video. It is something that I reach for a lot simply because it just provides that pop to a look when you're not necessarily trying to make something look too difficult, but you still want it to look really, really nice at the end of the day. So you can go in with this one or something similar to that. And I will try to find this product online so that way I can link it down in the description box below. Just a quick disclosure, you guys, if you were not able to achieve the black wing liner, you're probably not going to be able to achieve this one because the black one is kind of like the guideline, the outline, however you want to say it, for the teal one. However, you don't need it for this look because the main color of the look is the purple eyeshadow. So it's okay if you weren't able to do it. It's okay. Moving on to the lashes, you guys, I'm going to be popping on a pair of my favorite lashes that I've probably worn a billion times. Don't worry, you guys, I definitely clean them. I got them off AliExpress. I will put the link down below just like everything else. And one of these days, I'm going to be putting a detailed eyelash look on here because a lot of people struggle with eyelashes here in 2020. So I'll be putting a video out just for you guys. And here, you guys, I am just prepping my skin for my foundation and concealer. I'm going in with the Maybeline Baby Skin, the poreless primer. However, you guys, you need to use whatever primer caters to your skin. I have a combination of dry skin and oily skin, but it's more so typically on the dry side. So I like my face to be really, really moisturized before I go in and apply makeup. If you have oily skin, you need to get a primer that is mattifying. If you have dry skin, you need to get a primer that will moisturize your face before applying your makeup. Today, I decided to go in with the Juvias Place foundation. I don't know what shade this in, but just like everything else, it'll be in the description bar below. I know you guys are sick of me saying that, so I'm not going to say it anymore. Anyways, this foundation is beautiful, you guys. They have tons of shades, so it is definitely beginner friendly. And please feel free to apply this foundation however you see fit. A lot of people go in with a beauty sponge. I myself prefer a brush and then go over everything with a sponge once everything is complete. But it's personal preference. If you're a beginner, I definitely recommend a brush. Anyways, now we're going to get into the highlighting portion of the video. Today I'm going to be using two different concealers. One is a LA Girl Pro concealer and one is a Too Faced concealer, I believe. And I'm just going to be applying both of those with a eyeshadow brush that I got from e.l.f. And I'm just going to be applying those to my under eyes, to the tops of my forehead, to the top of my forehead, and to my chin. And you can highlight wherever your face needs that extra pop or wherever you have dark marks or blemishes. Here I am just going in and I'm blending out both of those concealers with a damp beauty sponge. This one is kind of like one of those angled ones. It's kind of like shaped like a whistle. I prefer these versus a egg-shaped sponge simply because the application is better because it reaches those crevices under my eyes easier. That's just me personally. If you have just regular eyes, then you can go ahead and use the egg-shaped sponge. Okay, you guys, so for my nose, I really don't contour it that much. I do highlight it a little bit, but I just use my finger and I blend it out with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. Here, you guys, I am just taking my time blending out all of those areas that I highlighted. You guys, this is definitely a necessary step if you want your makeup to come out seamless and just looking really, really flawless. Here I'm just going in with some Laura Mercier setting powder. This one is the deep medium translucent setting powder. I love this one, you guys. It is much better than the Sacha Buttercup, even though that is one of my holy grails. I still love this one a lot more. When you're going in with your setting powder, you want to make sure you get all of those areas that you highlighted with your concealers. You want to get it really in there. Like I like kind of doing mine in a packing in sweeping motion, the same way that I tend to go in with my eyeshadow. Now it's time for some cream contouring. I will just be using a shade from LA Girl Pro. This shade is really, really dark. You want one that's kind of darker than your skin tone. This one is a little bit too dark for me, but I still make it work. If you're a beginner and you're trying to do this makeup look, I really recommend that you just go in with a powder contour shade, simply because it's going to be a lot easier to fix a mistake just in case you make one with this cream contour, because it's really hard to blend it out, especially if you don't know the exact places to put it to where it'll accentuate your cheekbones. However, if you do manage to successfully use the cream contour, you always want to go in and set it with some form of powder, whether it be a translucent powder or whether it be another contour shade. For this one, I decided to go in with the Morphe Glamabronze palette. This is one of my all-time favorite bronzers. If you guys have watched some of my previous videos, you know that this is one that I mainly reach for, if not all the time. And I also go in and just use a fluffy eyeshadow brush to also conceal the outer parts of my nose as well. To blend that out, I like to go in with a big powder brush and, of course, my fingers, simply because it's just going to help you get into those cracks a lot better. Here I'm going in with that same fluffy powder brush, and I'm just going to be packing in all of the makeup that I've applied so far. I find that this step really makes your makeup look seamless when you're all done with it. Okay, y'all, so I don't know if y'all remember, but earlier I definitely applied glue to some lashes and I completely forgot about the lashes. So here I'm just now remembering that I applied that glue, and I'm going in trying to reapply those lashes without having to reapply the glue, and it just didn't work. So be patient with me for this part of the video, you guys. This is just a quick friendly tip for beginners. If you struggle to put on your lashes like I used to, the tip is to get a handheld mirror and hold it at an angle, not necessarily under your face, but probably like by your cheekbone, and hold it there so that way you can see the top of your real lashes while you go apply the false lash. I hope that makes sense, you guys. You can see it in the video where I did it, and this is the method that I use all the time. And using this method, it never fails, you guys. So if you're a beginner, definitely take this tip into account the next time you go to apply your lashes. Y'all, really you can use anything to pat your eyelashes down if they're not necessarily sticking how you would want them to. As you can see here in the video, I picked up a random eyeshadow brush and I just used that to get that corner packed down as much as possible. So you can use an eyeshadow brush, you can use tweezers, you can use anything that has a narrow tip to it to help you with the application of your lashes. Now it is time for a little bit of waterline action. I am just going in with a NYX Jumbo Waterline Pencil. I believe this one is in the shade Milk. Y'all, I really, really love this product simply because it goes on so smooth. I got this one off of Amazon. It was like $2.50. If you go into the store and get it, I know it's a lot higher in the store. I want to say it's like $4 or $5. Not saying that it's necessarily expensive, but if you can get it for cheaper, why not? So I will definitely leave that link below in the description bar as well. And here, you guys, I am going in with just a little bit of mascara. Not saying that this makes a difference on me because my bottom lashes actually suck. So I could really skip this step. But if you have gorgeous bottom lashes, definitely don't skip it. Just go ahead and get you some mascara and apply the mascara to your bottom lashes to add that extra pop to the look. Okay, y'all, so it's time to apply some highlighter. I got this palette from Walmart probably about a year ago for $5. I caught it on clearance, y'all. This palette is probably the holy grail of my entire makeup collection. I love this palette so much. It is so versatile for every skin type, and it is just something that I reach for on a daily basis whenever I do my makeup. So I highly recommend this product, and no, this video is not sponsored by Milani in any shape, form, or fashion. I just really, really love this product. As a beginner, I know that applying highlighter can be extremely intimidating, as it was to me for a really, really, really long time. However, the trick to applying highlighter is rub it in, y'all. Like, that's the best way I could describe it. Just rub it in. Like, with, if you're going to apply it with a brush or with your fingers, just work it in as much as possible. Just blend it, continue to blend, because if you just kind of like put it there, like I see a lot of people do, it's not going to look natural. It's not going to look blended into your skin. And trust me, you guys, I made this mistake several times myself. You have got to rub a highlighter in so that it can look gorgeous. Like, if you just put it there, it's not going to look right. It's going to look like you just have makeup sitting on your face. I talked all over my lipstick section, but I apologize, you guys. The lipstick is really simple. I just applied a lip liner that I got from WetNWild, and I went in with a Milani lipstick and some lip gloss that I believe is by NARS. So this one was really, really simple, you guys, and I actually went over the top of that with a gloss from Bath and Body Works. Okay, guys, so the look is finally complete, and to set everything, I'm just going to be going in with a LA Girl Pro setting spray. This one is the shimmer spray, and I know y'all see me kind of like looking into my mirror because I'm trying to see like where the shimmer is. Like, I don't know, this is my first time using the product, so I can't really say thus far how it is, but just looking at it, like even in person, I wasn't able to see the shimmer like that, so I don't know, you guys. Okay, y'all, so this is pretty much the end of the video, and this is how the look turned out. Like, y'all forgive my wig. I was rushing because I had to hurry up and go somewhere. But I hope y'all enjoyed the makeup look. If you have any questions or concern, please be sure to leave them in the comment bar below. And thanks for watching.